All right. Good evening, guys, and welcome to Earned Value Management. This is PMP Clinic. This is the fourth edition, and we're starting after a gap of 1 week. And here we are, and we are going to make sure that we understand everything about earned value management by the time we finish this. The case study background is this. We had a plan that we have a project which will do it in just 3 phases. We have phase A, which will take 2 weeks, and it's also going to take $200. We have phase B, which will take 1 week and say take another $200. And then we have phase C, and it'll take 1 week and about $100. This is our total plan. When we actually executed the plan, when we actually started working, we have only completed phase A. If I ask you how much work you've done, well, you'll say phase A. But what we also saw that though we have completed phase A, but instead of 2 weeks, we have ended up taking 3 weeks. We were supposed to spend $200 as per plan, but we ended up spending $300, actually, in reality. And phase B and phase C, they have not even started. That means this is the point. This is the point where we are actually going to do the health check, and which is status, progress, and forecast. This is the place where we're going to do all the 3 reports: status, progress, and forecast. The first thing is, let's talk about BAC. The full form for BAC is budgeted at completion, which is nothing but the total plan cost. So if I look at $200 of phase A, $200 of phase B, which is $400 together, and then $100 of phase C, and therefore the value of BAC turns out to be $500, right? So that's taken care of. What is now? Now is 3 weeks, because we are here. We are at this point, right? This is where we are taking the status, progress, and forecast report. So this is the point, which is now, which is 3 weeks. So if we kind of reverse engineer this particular definition of plan cost for plan work that should have been done by now, and we know now is 3 weeks, and we go backwards, basically what it means that as per plan, in 3 weeks, how much of work you should have done as per plan. So if you look at the entire plan, it says, well, in 2 weeks, we should have spent $200, and in another week, we should have spent $200. So basically by 3 weeks, we should have been here, and we should have spent 200 plus 200, which is $400. I'm going to repeat because some people get this wrong. Let me repeat. Now is 3 weeks, which is phase A and phase B, which totals to 200 plus 200. In 3 weeks, we should have spent $400, and therefore the value for PV is $400. Now, I think you can appreciate the way I've given you the definitions. These definitions will save you a lot. So please remember these definitions, very important. All right, so these values are here. Now, once you have these values, we are going to use these values to calculate everything from status to progress to forecast, and even further on. We are going to use only these variables. Remember that. All right, perfect. Why don't we use the case study to calculate this, right? So remember, let's substitute the values. The CV stands for EV, which is earned value minus AC. And do you remember the earned value, the variables, right? So the EV was 200, AC was 300 as per our previous calculations, right? And we realize its CV is 200 minus 300, and therefore we actually have a negative variance. And negative variance is dangerous, it's bad, therefore we are showing it as a red color. And the fact that you are calculating everything, even the time in terms of currency. The beauty is that now you can actually compare cost with schedule, right? If I ask you, hey, I understand that you're doing badly in both, but which are you actually doing more badly on? Which is more, which is a bigger problem area for you? And you suddenly realize, hey, we are doing badly in both, but actually I am worse off in schedule. I'm doing more badly in schedule compared to cost. All right, so I hope I made myself very clear. That means once you come back, you will be able to continue with your original plan. But the money that you've already spent because of Corona, because of tornado warnings, or because of evacuation, because of cyclone warning, whatever it is, the money spent is gone. You can't do anything about it. That is AC. But now you'll be back as per the original plan, the rest of the plan, and therefore BAC minus EV. So why do we minus the EV? Well, EV is the AC part in the plan, because we're not going to do the whole plan all over again. We're going to come back to the rest of the plan. Now, the beauty is that once you calculate your TCPI, that is your required speed of spending money, you can then use it as a validation technique. So once I realize, okay, if I'm supposed to, spend the money at this speed, then after every reporting period, I can check out, oh, okay, was my required speed, but what is my current speed? Does it match? Oh yeah, it matches. Perfect. So I'm on the right track. So you keep on validating that are we on the right track or not, and that gives you a lot of control over the project. Right? So this question looks easy, and this is where people get it quite wrong, right? So let me show you the answer, because some of us are struggling with it. So let me show you the answer, right? And the answer is project is likely to exceed its budget. It's different from the answer that you guys thought it is. Why? Because remember this, that you cannot improve. It's already told you that you cannot go beyond CPI of 1.05. So let's look at my required speed. What is my required speed? That is your TCPI. So how do we calculate that? And therefore we realize that, dude, if I have to finish this project in my original budget from where we are today, I would need a required speed of 1.17. Now, what was the speed that I cannot go beyond? And the answer is I cannot improve above 1.05. But my required speed is 1.17, which means I will be over budget. I will not be able to perform at the required speed or CPI, and I have a lower speed. I will absolutely exceed budget. So just let me know, guys, is this clear for you? Did you understand? Yes, no, maybe, whatever. Or even if it's an emotional outburst, please go ahead. Let me know in Q&A. Did you get it? So all that is left for me is to thank you guys for your presence, right? Thank you so much.